Hey guys, it's Jessica.
And Robert.
Why are you talking so low?
I don't know.
We are going to answer the questions that were submitted. Thank you so much for everybody that did so. And at the very end, of course, we will be saying who won their stickers.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
All right, well, the first question, shall we start?
Yes.
Comes from YouTube and Buffy Immel.
Yes. All right, the question is, have you ever experienced living in your travel trailer in a cold winter with ice or snow? And if so, any tips regarding this?
And we've had a Georgia winter. We had a little bit of ice, a little bit of snow, and cold temperatures. Being the southeast, you wouldn't think it gets cold. It does get cold, but not a prolonged cold. And we did learn some lessons from that.
Right, and we do have a hose that's heated, so our water doesn't freeze or anything like that. And again, it wasn't so cold that, we got in the 20s maybe. I don't think we even got in the teens, so it wasn't that bad.
But we did run out of propane.
Oh yeah, we did. But we also had electric heaters. So any tips? Make sure you check your propane. Make sure you have propane.
Yeah, we're gonna have a backup propane tank this winter. We'll have our two usual ones that are on the RV, and we're gonna get a third for Yes, another thing that we're definitely going to consider if we go camping for a long term farther north is a skirt around the RV.
Yeah.
A skirt goes around the entire perimeter, and it'll help keep an atmosphere under your RV, keep the wind from blowing.
All right, another question. How do you handle horrible thunder and lightning storms with high winds? Do you find a safer location to ride out the storm?
Well, a couple things. If it's just going to be a regular thunderstorm, if it's going to be a regular storm and lightning, we just stay in the RV. However, if there's a tornado possibility, then we are definitely keeping an eye on tornado alerts, seeing what the nearest hotel is or other heavy-duty concrete and steel landmark.
Right. There are some RV parks, of course, that do have structures, that have bathrooms and things like that you can go into, or a community center. So, that's the closest thing. But we have stayed at places also that do not have any real structures like that at all. So we would have to leave. And we would leave the RV behind.
In the end, the RV is just a shell with things that we put in it. Otherwise, it's get in the truck beforehand and go somewhere safe.
Okay, the second question comes from Norm K.
Also from YouTube.
Are you considering joining an RV club like Thousand Trails, Coast to Coast, etc.? Or are you happy with the type of parks you have stayed in so far? Thanks.
Thank you. Well, we definitely are thinking about it. It is a cash outlay, so we have to budget for it.
Another thing is that our home base really is the Southeast U.S. And if you look at the Southeast U.S., there's like 3, 4, I don't know, not many Thousand Trail parks.
And we do see a lot of value in those clubs.
The one we're really looking at is the Passport America, because that one offers, almost every single RV park recognizes it. It's a cheaper membership, and you get 50% off of your stays. So we're thinking that potentially Harvest Hosts or Boondocker's Welcome, so that way we could have an overnight somewhere really neat, without full hookups and not in an RV park or campground.
Yeah.
And Daydream Ranch asks if we are planning on getting a piece of land at some point, or if we plan on traveling forever.
Now,
depends who you ask.
Now, I see in the next couple of years buying a piece of land and getting a small place, either just to have our RV as a home base and then go out from there, and then eventually build a tiny home.
I see us traveling in the RV and then overseas and then on a boat.
When we get there, we'll let you know.
And then a year in Antarctica.
Good luck.
All right, our next question comes from Alonzo J.
He asks, if money was not an issue, what type or class of RV would we buy and why? And
what kind of truck would we use to tow or haul it?
So we are pretty much open to anything, really.
If money wasn't the option, if money was no option.
Oh.
That's what he's asking here.
Yeah, he did say that, and I did say that. I don't know. What's your opinion?
I think that we would get a crazy, awesome Airstream.
Land yacht.
We would do that, and if we did not do, if money's no issue, we'll get that, and then we'll also get one of those crazy, the huge motorhomes where you can slide your car underneath. Those would be the two options. I would think with the family we would do the Airstream first, keep it and then get the big old what's that brand?
We're all over the place there.
That has the really fancy. Think of the $1 million ones.
All right. Next, Glenn Kennedy asks.
Tell us about data usage and carriers, devices, programs you use to process and upload your videos.
Okay. Well, carriers. Right now, we use a Verizon hotspot, and we have an allowance of 500 gigabytes per month. And that runs us about $180 a month?
185. Yeah.
$185 a month. And it is truly 500 gigabytes, whatever we need to do. And it is very reliable, rock solid service.
Yes.
Okay, and then when it comes to preparing our videos, Jessica is the expert on that.
I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I am just scratching the surface of what it can do. I do not, as you've seen, I mean, I do some editing, but it's nothing out of this world.
How much do you pay a month for that?
$20 a month that we pay for it. And it really helped. We were using the free software for a long time on the computer. And actually not even that long before I was like, I need to be able to edit, cut, paste, overlay images. It just was not giving me the options I needed to put together a good video. And we just used a regular old little laptop, Dell laptop.
Yeah, right now we have a very basic machine.
Yeah. Sorry, it does the job. So next question comes from Joel Claudio.
Hey man, what's up?
Hey. All right, here's the question. What helped you make that decision of going full-time, and what was the family reaction? What is the best site you guys have visited and why? And what about internet entertainment, especially with 2 little kids?
It's more than one question.
It's a lot of questions, Joel.
Well, let's take it one at a time.
What made us decide to go full-time?
We wanted to change what we were doing.
That's sort of the Cliff Notes version. We'll put a little, we have a video about why we did it that we can also share. What was the family reaction? It's probably the same one we still have. That we're crazy.
That's the reaction.
Yeah, they think we're crazy. What is the best site you guys have visited and why?
Best website or best camping site?
Camping site, I believe.
Oh, it's different. It depends on, there's some that are technically excellent, and then there's some that you feel at home.
I think probably the best one that we went to, we only stayed there probably 4 days, was the Clark family RV park campground. They're in
Orange City,
Florida, not too far from Blue Springs, where you can see the manatees and stuff. And it just was a really nice feel, very, very pretty, and everybody was very friendly
and cozy.
It was wonderful. And also, as far as internet, we have our own mobile hotspot that we have, which offers us 500 gig of data per month, so that way we can watch YouTube and Netflix and work. And Nadia's on. So that's why you're hearing that wonderful noise. And we go hiking and stuff and try to find activities with friends nearby.
Yes.
Okay, Daryl Trummel. I'm sorry, I lost my place.
What are you doing regarding winter clothes? We were thinking we would have to get one of those vacuum clothes storage bags and swap wardrobes when seasons change. That's probably a good idea.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, we don't have that much in the way of winter clothes, but it is a function that a lot of the things that we've packed for winter we haven't used all season, and they've just been taking up space.
When we swap stuff out, we basically have a big blue container under our master bed where we can put our clothes. We just swap things out there, especially like the coats and stuff go there. Okay, Mama G, do you ever feel claustrophobic in your RV, and if so, what do you do to get over it? We take deep breaths. We do feel claustrophobic sometimes. We just take a deep breath.
Can we take his baby?
Sure, Nadia.
Okay, thank you.
Or we go out. That's when it's like, all right, let's go outside. Can't take it anymore. Let's go for a hike, or let's just go somewhere outside, not here right now. That's pretty much it.
But day to day, as long as we weren't on each other's nerves, it's perfectly adequate.
Yes. Jay Super. I'm going to assume Robert works somewhere in major Georgia city. You said you like to stay in one place for about 30, 60, 90 days within driving distance of his job. What is the range of prices for the campgrounds for their monthly rate, metered electric, and all of that? Okay, Jay, so this is kind of a complicated question. basically we tend to spend anywhere between $385 and $800 depending on where we stay.
Amenities.
Huge range. Yes.
It's a huge range.
Huge range.
And it also depends on how close is it to Atlanta. How far away is it? Is it a asphalt level?
Yeah, usually pay more for all of those things. Also, we tend to pick ones that have electric included, but sometimes we have not. But we've never stayed in one of those during the summer. We make sure that we have electric included when we're staying somewhere during the summer because of the AC.
Yeah, that's one of the main things. You will be running that AC. Lights
Is-
Camper Action asks,
Do you stay in an area longer than a month? And if so, how do you decide which RV park to stay in?
well, some RV parks decide for you and only let you stay 30 days. Others have unlimited stays. We want to always mix it up. We don't want to stay in one place because we enjoy moving from spot to spot. She'll go nuts.
I don't go crazy. I don't do well
And
with
if we
that.
go somewhere that doesn't have good access to activities for the kids and just to get out and stretch your legs, we're not going to be there more than a month.
No.
All right, next question that we have is from Desiderio Yanez. What if you guys take your income tax return, divide it into 12 months, and therefore use money that way to help pay for repairs and expenses and things like that? What do you think?
That's excellent. Usually we get the money and we just pay off a bunch of debt like right away, like whatever bills we have. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because otherwise I don't know that we'd use it wisely.
Viola Faye is looking at purging a lot of things in her home, and she says, how do you just get started? Well, the first thing I like to do, and the way I think about it is different than Jessica, is look at your closet. If it hasn't been used in the last 12 months, put it in a pile. Put it in a pile. Go from there.
It is very overwhelming. So that's a natural feeling. We can put a link also to a video that we have where we talk about it because it's a lot to cover just in this small segment. It wouldn't be fair. But basically, your feelings of being overwhelmed are totally normal. If you can have friends or somebody come and help you out, that helps a lot.
Yeah, friends can be quite impartial, and that's very helpful. They will ask you, have you used this? No, out. Also, before you get started, locate a local Goodwill or Salvation Army or a place that can take those donations. That way,
Donation, yes, yeah.
because that way you immediately know exactly where that destination is going to be for that pile of stuff. So once you have that knocked out, then you can start knowing that it's going to go somewhere. Get it out of the house. Yeehaw! That way you can get on the journey.
Yes. All right, Ronald oh boy. Ronald
Saumune.
Samrune, sorry. We're not pronouncing that. Are you planning to go to Canada for their 150th anniversary next year? It's always nice to meet the neighbors.
We
it would be
love to go
nice
to Canada.
to do that.
We plan on hitting Canada at some point, getting to one of the national parks out there. We think it would just be lovely. I don't know if it's in the cards for next year, but definitely.
That would be fun, yes. Keith Meyer, when pulling the trailer, do you use a weight distribution sway bar or you don't need one? And what are about sway of the trailer? Basically, do we have one? That's it.
So we have a weight distribution system and a sway control bar. So the weight distribution system helps your vehicle tow the weight better, and the sway control bar helps keep everything in line when you're going down the highway so you're not wobbling around. So we have both. And with our big truck, it works really well. Our travel trailer max weight, which I don't think we hit, is just under 8,000 pounds. So I definitely recommend a weight distribution bar and sway controller.
All right, Trainwreck 1993 asks if Jessica specifically has ever plugged the potty.
Baby, have you dropped the load and plugged the potty?
No.
No, the potty has not been plugged.
None of us have ever plugged the potty.
Yeah, the black tank has always drained. Reverend David Ham. Hey, Jessica and family, great to see you. I have a question for you, and I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but here goes. When it comes to TV viewing, what are the shows you watch, and do you know about free TV for your PC?
What do we watch? Oh boy.
We're fiends
The Office.
about watching The Office
Over and over. Literally, we start on episode 1, season 1, go all the way through, and as soon as that one ends, we watch the pilot all over again. I know, it's not a new show.
I watch Archer, and much to Jessica's chagrin.
That show.
hilarious. She's only seen one episode.
I like Bones,
A lot of dead people in Bones.
but you've got Bones and David Boreanaz. New Girl? Arrested Development?
New Girl, Arrested Development we haven't watched in a while because I don't know why.
Oh, and do we know about free TV for your PC? No, we don't.
No.
We don't. Okay, the next question comes from Vilma Strankowski. Do you think one day you'll live in a house again? I think that we will, but I don't think it's going to be a standard house. I think we will probably not go back to regular size house. We'll probably do a tiny home. It probably will have rooms for everybody, but it's going to be tiny. And hopefully on the side of a mountain where we can have animals and a farm and stuff. But that, I don't foresee that happening for a long time. But that's me, don't ask Robert, he'll say something different. All right, Richard Ressiter, have you had an adventure in RVing in the snow? So what was it like?
Not yet.
Not yet. We've only had experiences where it's been like an inch, maybe if that, of snow. That's not really.
We did drive in icy conditions and had ice buildup on the travel trailer as we were going down the road. If we had kept that up for another hour or two, it could have gotten us in a dangerous situation, but
that's it.
yeah.
All right, to Jeff Lee, what Wi-Fi do I use and is it reliable?
Yeah, well, we use a Verizon hotspot, so we get Verizon 4G service. It's almost everywhere. It's been extremely reliable, so much so that Jessica can get her YouTube work done and her work done.
That's right, and we can do it even on travel days.
And all the while, the kids are happy too.
Big blaze.
Nadia has been trained in fire safety and not to mess with fire.
Yes. Last question from SR Relámpago.
SR Relámpago, thank you for all your questions and contributions.
Have your kids adapted to full-time RVing? What is their favorite part about it? And do they have any complaints or dislikes?
Well, they don't actively complain about it, but sometimes you can tell that they're a little bit tired of being in one spot, especially if there aren't any kids around. When we do go to Florida or visit friends, we try to make sure we set aside kid time.
I think one of their favorite things is actually fire maintenance.
Yeah, so while we're out and about, building and playing with fire.
Yeah, they seem to like that. They also like exploring new places and meeting new friends. They do actually want an RV that has a room with a door.
Yeah, which we looked at one when we went shopping. It was a Vibe, and it had its own room. And we thought, nah.
But it was a lot more expensive too, so we were trying to keep everything simple and inexpensive.
Yeah, especially it's our first time out. I mean, we just went straight out. No experience doing this before.
Yeah, so that's probably their biggest complaint.
Okay, so.
We have winners.
Ta-da.
3 winners. They are Vilma.
Hey, Vilma, congratulations.
S.A. Relámpago.
Ese relámpago.
And J. Super.
Super.
So guys, if you can just email us at contact@exploringthelocallife.com. That way we can get your address
and
so
send
we can
you
send
some
those
stickers.
to you.
Excellent. Congratulations. Thank you very much for all the questions from everyone. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Much love.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.